Hi, welcome back. This is Austin Kelly from How to Get Hired. And today we're going to be talking about how to get a job after college. Obtaining your college degree is a great achievement. However, now that you have your diploma, your next step might seem just as daunting. How to get a job right after college. Unless you already have a few job offers waiting for you, you will likely need to organize your resources and prepare yourself to effectively search for and land your first job. In this video, we're going to explore how to find a job offer after college and what you can do to make sure you're ready for the first interview. Number one rule is to research potential career paths and jobs. Although you may have already graduated with a specific major and career path in mind, it may not be clear how to apply what you've learned to the job market. Begin by researching which jobs are available and narrow it down to one that matches your skill set and interest. It's important to note that there are multiple ways to apply your skills you've learned in college. The labor market changes frequently, and the type of skills you've developed over the courses of your studies may be very valuable in the industry you haven't yet considered. So, here is the beginning of your research. You want to visit Indeed.com or download the Indeed job search app in the search box. Enter the degree and browse the jobs that match that term. You can save the jobs that interest you and continue refining your search until you find the sets of opportunities that you like to apply for. Research companies to discover employers that seem interesting to you and meet your needs. You can find reviews, Q&As, average salaries, and more on Indeed company pages. You might also explore company websites and press releases that can tell you more about the company's growth and what you like to work in. Do a web search for types of jobs for the degree that you've got, using your specific degree program to learn more about which jobs could match your credentials. Seek out career counselors at your universities and inquire about potential career paths. Career counselors regularly update their information regarding career options for different degree programs. You may find that they also have insider information for different companies. Some companies even prefer to hire directly from specific colleges and universities. So it's a good idea to see if any local or national businesses have an eye out for graduates from your school. Building a network is an important step into the job search. The research you've done into a career path will help you guide your networking conversations. Once you have a good idea of the area of labor market where you want to focus on, you can ask informed questions that better enable people to help you. Start with your family and then start with your friends. Even if you already know these people very well, you may be surprised by what you've learned when you started asking them career-focused questions. To give you an example of just some career-focused questions, one would be, what does your day-to-day work entail? 2, how do you get your first job after college? 3, which skills have been most important in your career? 4, does your current employer have any jobs that you think are a good fit for me? And last, based on my interest and background, is there anyone in your network who would be a good contact for me? Now, family and friends are likely to be the best resources, but you will still want to network outside of your closest ties. You may also want to consider joining your college or university alumni network, looking for and attending networking events like on meetup.com, or attending and making connections at a job fair. For job fairs in particular, it's important to not only talk to employers, but other applicants as well. You may benefit in the future when these new friends find jobs at companies that you're interested in. Many employers value referrals from existing employees to fill open positions. You know, the larger your network, the more you can benefit from this. My number 3 career tip is to write your resume. Alongside researching opportunities and networking, writing your resume is an essential step to finding a job right after college. Once you've narrowed in on the set of jobs that you're appealed to, like social media or marketing or filmmaking, you want to take note of the keywords that appear in the job description. Like if you're in social media management, use the tools like buffer.com or Hootsuite Those keywords apply to when you're applying on the job boards. So you'll want to include these same phrases when you're describing your qualifications. Including keywords is important because many employers use softwares called applicant tracking systems to shorten incoming applicants. This software may rank applications based on relevancy, and it's important to sign of relevancy in keywords that match the job description. If you're applying to a job that has different keywords, you may want to create multiple versions of your resume that you can use to surface the most relevant skills in each application. Because you recently graduated, employers will be interested in a summary of your education. Make this the one section of your resume. You can also upload your resume on job boards like Indeed.com to speed up the application process. With Indeed resumes, you can easily apply to jobs without uploading your resume as an attachment. My number 4 career tip is to curate your social media profile. If you have social media profiles, now is the time to review them and determine if they may have negative impacts on the job search. So if you were at a frat house and you were taking a big beer bong and it's all over Facebook and you're a big meme, do your best to erase that and only highlight the good qualities of your social media presence. You should carefully check your privacy settings and hide or remove anything that may leave potential employers with a bad impression of you. Types of content you want to remove on social media is the inappropriate photos, the mean post, or the comments that you reshared from a famous celebrity. Do your best to remove that information so when employers Google you or search you on social media, they don't see that. Now, knowing that the employers are going to look at your social media profile, it's worth considering how you can enhance your impression with the content you already included. So this is an opportunity to further showcase your skill set and interest. So if you go on LinkedIn and you follow, let's say, a celebrity or a entrepreneur that's in your field, you might want to regram or repost their content so that when you apply for these jobs, when your future employer looks at you, they see that you're aligned with the interest. Number 5 career tip is to practice your interview skills. For many people, interviewing is a skill that is practiced and gets better over time. You can set yourself up for success by beginning to practice for interviews even before you have one lined up. While it's not possible to know exactly what you'll be asked in an interview, there are several ways to prepare to look your best while you're answering any interview questions. My next tip for you is to prepare to dress professionally. Even if you're interviewing for jobs in an industry where casual dress is appropriate, like the movie industry, consider dressing slightly more formal for the interview. So my biggest tip is to always, if I want to work at Warner Brothers, Google Warner Brothers and look at their Instagram and look how the other employees are working. Or Disney. Disney and Warner Brothers employees are completely dressed different, and you'll know when you Google them. So you want to pay attention to the overall appearance of these employers, and you kind of, when you want to go for a Disney interview, dress like a Disney person. If you want to go for a Warner Brothers interview, kind of dress like this. Warner's is more dress code, more trendier. Disney, I've worked in the same building as Disney. They're kind of geeky. Like Steve Jobs. They dress like Steve Jobs, let's put it that way. So often you want to practice body language while you're preparing for your interview process. Body language can help offset your nerves and convey confidence to your audience. As you prepare for interviews, you may want to start by using confident body language into your everyday life. So if you're in an interview, make sure to use body language that reflects your confidence and that you're paying attention in those meetings. When you're sitting, your hands can rest in your lap or in the armrest, like right here. So you want to feel relaxed while you're in the interview process, and you want to convey a conversation that allows your future employer to feel confident and comfortable around you. My next tip is get used to making eye contact with someone when they're talking to you. You want to practice firm, but not too forceful handshake as well. Now, my next tip is to prepare answers for common questions. It's important to note that interviews are not tests. In most cases, they're instead curious about how your qualifications match with the requirements of the job, and how you're a problem solver, how you can work with others to take responsibility and show initiatives. They ask questions that they hope will give them insights to these traits and behaviors. By preparing common interview questions, you can get accustomed to answers in a way that helps employers understand your background and work style so that they can clearly see that you're a great fit for this company. Avoid common interview mistakes. One common interview mistake is to focus too much of the conversation of what the employer is offering you, rather than that, what you can offer the employer. Keep the interview centered on your skills and how you plan to apply them to the job. To achieve this, avoid the following mistakes. Do not ask about the salary. While it's important to understand the salary for the job, this is a topic to bring up in a later interview once you've been offered the job. At the same time, it's a good idea to prepare answers to questions about the salary in case you get them. Do not inquire about benefits, time off, or leave. Similarly, you may want to prepare answers to questions about these topics, but should avoid bringing them up, the topics, until a later interview, like your final interview or second to final interview. My last, sixth career tip is to take care of yourself. Getting your first job out of college can be a stressful experience. It's important that you do not spend the entire time letting stress take over. You want to set goals for yourself to make milestones and how many jobs you're going to apply for the week. Have someone else proofread your resume along with applying the jobs. You can also meet with a friend and practice interviewing with your roommate or with your girlfriend or your boyfriend and get a better feel of how the interview process works. When you reach these milestones, take some breaks. These breaks can be meaningful ways to reward yourself. Spending time with friends and family, taking walks or exercising or reading a good book, watching something entertaining on Netflix or on TV can be a costly, effective reward during a job search. Once you get called in for an interview, you will want to be well rested. You never know when the interview call may come, so try to take time to get enough sleep, eat well, and do all the things that recharge you in the downtime. And that's it. Those are my 6 tips to get a job right after college. Now, if you haven't already subscribed and you're interested in getting ahead of your career right out of college, click the link below to order our brand new book, How to Get Hired, available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and at austinkellybooks.com. I want to give you a coupon code called YouTube35 on our website to receive 35% off our new book to get the latest and greatest career tips to advance your career. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you on our next video.